Your dog doesn't miss you the way you think. Here's what it really means. You think your dog misses you the same way a human would. But what if I told you, your dog might be feeling something even deeper than missing you, and most owners completely misunderstand it? Let me ask you something. When you come home, does your dog explode with excitement? Tail wagging like crazy, running in circles, jumping on you like you're the greatest thing that ever happened? Most people see that and think, "Aw, my dog missed me so much." But here's the truth that might surprise you. Your dog's excitement is not always about love. Sometimes it's about relief. Sometimes it's about fear. And sometimes it's about something your dog has been silently feeling the whole time you were gone. And once you understand this, you will never look at your dog the same way again. Because your dog doesn't miss you the way you think, and I'll explain exactly what it really means. But first, there's one detail you need to pay attention to. The moment you walk in the door, what does your dog do first? Do they rush straight to your face? Do they sniff you? Do they bring you a toy? Do they cry? Or do they just stare? Like they're checking if you're real? Because that first reaction is the key to understanding what's going on inside your dog's mind. Now listen carefully. Dogs don't experience time the same way humans do. Humans understand hours. We understand minutes. We understand I'll be back in 3 hours. But your dog doesn't. To your dog, you leaving isn't just you going out. To your dog, you disappearing can feel like something is wrong. And that's where the misunderstanding begins. Most people think dogs miss them because dogs are emotional like humans. But dogs don't process absence as a story. They process absence as a feeling. And that feeling can be love, but it can also be uncertainty. It can be stress. It can even be survival instinct. Because in your dog's brain, you are not just a person. You are safety. You are food. You are routine. You are protection. You are their entire world. So when you leave, your dog isn't always thinking, "I miss my best friend." Sometimes your dog is thinking, "Did something happen to my world?" And that's why the way your dog reacts when you return can reveal something shocking. Let's break it down. When your dog goes crazy when you come home jumping, whining, barking, spinning people, assume that means the dog loves them the most. But sometimes that extreme excitement is actually anxiety release. Your dog was holding stress inside, waiting, listening, watching the door, checking every sound, and when you finally appear, their body explodes. Not because they're celebrating, but because they're letting go of tension. It's like someone who was holding their breath for hours and suddenly they can breathe again. And here's where it gets deep. If your dog's excitement looks frantic, if they can't calm down even after 5 minutes, if they pee a little, if they cry like they've been through something that is not just missing you, that is emotional overload. And many owners don't realize their dog might have been stressed the entire time they were alone. But wait, because there's another side of this that's even more surprising. Some dogs don't react much at all. Some dogs just walk up slowly, sniff you, and then go back to lying down. And the owner thinks, "Wow, my dog doesn't even care." But that might not be true either, because sometimes that calm reaction is actually a sign of deep trust. It means your dog believes you always come back. Your dog isn't panicking anymore. They're secure. They're emotionally stable. They don't need to explode because they never doubted you. So here's the twist. The dog that goes crazy might actually be more insecure, and the dog that stays calm might actually be more bonded. And this is where most owners get it completely backwards. But we're not done. Because your dog might be doing something that reveals the real truth. Something subtle, something almost invisible. And once you notice it, you'll feel guilty for not noticing sooner when you come home. Does your dog follow you everywhere for the next 10 minutes? Even to the bathroom, even to the kitchen, even to your room? That's not just happiness. That is your dog checking, "Are you leaving again?" It's like your dog is trying to confirm that you're really staying. And if your dog does this, it's a sign they feel uncertainty when you disappear. They want to keep you in their sight, because in dog psychology, distance can feel like danger. Dogs are pack animals, and in the wild, being separated from the pack is one of the most dangerous things that can happen. So when you leave, your dog's instincts don't think modern human thoughts. They think ancient survival thoughts. They think, "Where did my pack go?" And that's why some dogs develop separation anxiety. Not because they're dramatic, not because they're too emotional, but because their brain is wired to fear being alone. And your dog doesn't know you're at work. Your dog doesn't know you're at the market. Your dog just knows you disappeared. Now let's talk about something that almost nobody talks about, and this is where it gets emotional. Some dogs don't miss you, they mourn you. Yes, mourn. Because when a dog bonds deeply, they don't just see you as a friend, they see you as their lifeline. So when you leave, their body can react as if something is missing inside them. Some dogs stop eating when their owner is gone. Some dogs sleep all day. Some dogs sit near the door for hours. Some dogs hold their toy and cry softly, and the owner never knows because they weren't there to see it, but the camera footage reveals it. And when owners finally watch it, they get shocked. Because they realize their dog wasn't just waiting, their dog was emotionally surviving. But here's the part that will hit you hard. Not every dog misses you the same way. Because not every dog shows love the same way. And your dog might love you in a way you've never understood. For example, some dogs show love through excitement. Some dogs show love through stillness. Some dogs show love through watching. Some dogs show love through touching. If your dog leans their body against you, that's love. If your dog puts their paw on you, that's love. If your dog sleeps facing the door, that's protection. If your dog brings you something when you come home, that's trust. Because in their mind, they're giving you a gift. They're saying you're back, and I want to share my world with you. And here's a powerful psychological truth. Dogs don't miss you because they're thinking about you. Dogs miss you because their environment feels wrong without you. Your presence is part of their emotional balance. Your voice, your smell, your footsteps, your routine. It regulates their nervous system. That means you are literally a calming chemical signal for your dog. So when you leave, their nervous system changes. And when you return, their nervous system resets. And this is why your dog can smell you before you even touch them, because smell is not just smell for a dog, it's memory, it's identity, it's comfort. When your dog sniffs you intensely when you come home, they are reading your story. They're checking where you've been. They're checking if you're safe. They're checking if anything changed. And this is where it gets interesting, because sometimes your dog doesn't miss you, they miss what you represent. Let me explain. Your dog might not be emotionally attached to you the way you imagine. They might be emotionally attached to routine, the walk, the feeding time, the sound of you opening the fridge, the time you sit on the couch. And when you're gone, that routine breaks, so your dog feels off. Not because they're thinking, I love my human, but because their whole world pattern has been disrupted. And that doesn't mean they don't love you. It means dogs experience attachment through stability, and you are their stability. Now let's talk about something even deeper. The difference between a dog that loves you and a dog that depends on you. Because yes, there is a difference. Love is calm, love is secure, love is trust, dependence is fear, dependence is panic, dependence is emotional chaos when you leave. And many dogs are not truly calm bonded, they're dependent bonded, and owners accidentally create this. Not because they're bad, but because they don't know. For example, if every time you leave, you make a huge emotional goodbye, hugging, kissing, crying, baby talk your dog learns, leaving is a big emotional event. So your dog starts treating it like a disaster. But if you leave calmly and return calmly, your dog learns. This is normal, and this is how dogs build emotional stability. So if your dog is going crazy when you come home, it might not mean they love you more. It might mean they struggled more. And this is the part that makes people emotional, because many owners realize their dog was suffering silently. Now, if this is changing how you see your dog, take 1 second and hit like and subscribe, because the next part might completely transform your bond. Because now I want to tell you something that sounds simple, but it's one of the deepest truths in dog psychology. Your dog doesn't miss you. They miss the feeling of being safe. And if you are the one who makes them feel safe, then yes, they miss you. But not like a human misses a friend. They miss you like a child misses a parent. They miss you like a pack misses its leader. They miss you like the heart misses stability. And that's why some dogs act weird when you come home. Some dogs don't jump. They don't bark. They don't run. They just stare at you. Quiet, frozen, watching. And many people think that's strange, but that stare is your dog processing emotions. It's like they're saying, I thought you were gone, and now you're back. And sometimes, if your dog stares at you for a few seconds before reacting, it can be a sign they were emotionally stressed. They're making sure it's real, and there's one behavior that proves this more than anything. When you come home, does your dog yawn? Not because they're tired, because yawning in dogs can be a stress signal. It's a calming mechanism. It means their nervous system is trying to reset. So if your dog yawns, licks their lips, shakes their body, or scratches suddenly, those are often stress release behaviors. They're releasing tension, meaning your absence created emotional pressure, and your return releases it. Now here's where the story becomes powerful. If you truly want to know what your dog feels, don't just watch what they do when you come home. Watch what they do when you leave. Do they follow you to the door? Do they sit there quietly? Do they whine? Do they pace? Do they pick up a toy? Do they run to a window? Because those behaviors reveal the truth. Some dogs don't miss you, they panic about losing you, and others don't panic because they trust you completely. So what does it mean when your dog is calm when you leave? It means you've built something rare, emotional security. That's the highest form of love. Not excitement, not obsession, but peace. A dog that trusts you doesn't need to beg you to stay. They believe you will return. And if your dog has that, then you've already given them the greatest gift. But if your dog doesn't have that, don't feel bad, because the good news is you can build it. And this is the part every dog owner needs to hear. If your dog struggles when you're gone, start training small moments of separation. Leave for 30 seconds. Come back calmly. No emotional explosion, then 1 minute, then 5 minutes. Teach your dog that leaving is normal and returning is guaranteed. Also give your dog something to do when you leave. A chew, a treat puzzle, something that turns your absence into a positive experience. Because the brain remembers emotions. And if your dog associates you leaving with calm pleasure, they stop fearing it. And slowly their missing you becomes healthier, their love becomes stable, their attachment becomes safe. And one day you'll come home, and instead of frantic panic, you'll see calm happiness. And that moment is beautiful. Because it means your dog is no longer surviving your absence, they're trusting your return. So let's answer the big question. Does your dog miss you? Yes, but not like you think. Your dog isn't sitting there imagining your face, thinking about your memories and counting the hours. Your dog is feeling something more instinctive. They're feeling the absence of safety, the absence of routine, the absence of the one being who makes their world feel complete. And when you return, their brain says, "My world is whole again." That's why they react so strongly. That's why they follow you around. That's why they press their body into yours. That's why they sleep near you. That's why they stare at you like you're everything. Because to your dog, you're not just a person. You're home. You're peace. You're the pack. You're the heartbeat of their world. So the next time your dog runs to you or stares at you or quietly leans against your leg, don't just think, "They missed me." Understand what they're really saying. "I feel safe again because you're here." And that's not just love. That's trust. That's bond. That's the deepest form of connection. Your dog isn't just behaving. They're communicating. And once you understand that, you'll never ignore their emotions again.